The Dirty Dozen is a bike race, bike ride that goes up 13 of the steepest hills in the area, including Canton Avenue, which is arguably the steepest street in all of the United States. Really only the first 50 to 100 people are racing for points and to get on the podium. The rest of us are sort of just trying to survive. And there's a lot of camaraderie that happens in like suffering and surviving. And so the spirit of the race, is from Danny Chu and his brother just going out and wanting to suffer and going out and just attempting to push themselves as hard as they could and find the craziest thing that they could do. That's really what draws people to come do this. My whole journey with the Dirty Dozen kind of started from a journey that I took of weight loss. After I had lost some weight through dieting, it's when Healthy Ride came to the city, and I picked up a bike one of the first weeks that they were here and just started riding around town and hadn't ridden a bike since I was a kid. I started riding some of the bigger hills and ended up doing a Dirty Dozen hill and feeling like, oh, if that was possible, I wonder if I could do another one. Would do one and then would do another day. So in 2016, I attempted the Dirty Dozen on a Healthy Ride bike and completed 9 of the hills that year. And then trained some more and attempted again in 2017. And that year, I completed 11 of the hills. After that, I went to the after party and I introduced myself to Danny Chu and told him a little bit. I was like, hey, I don't know if I'll ever do this on a Healthy Ride again. And he was like, well, how many did you do last year? I said, I did 9 last year. He said, how many did you complete this year? I said, I did 11. He said, okay, well, with that math, next year, that'll be 13 hills. You'll do them all. And you have unfinished business. Those are the words he used. And I left that night thinking like, here's Danny, coming back from this accident, pushing on to ride as much as he can and telling me that I have unfinished business, that I have to go out there and, attempt it one more time. In 2018, I was able to make it up every hill in the first attempt. I got to the top of Tesla, which is the last hill in Hazelwood, and I held the bike up and was just so exhausted. For this year, I debated after finishing last year with the Healthy Ride what I was going to attempt this year until a friend purchased a tandem mountain bike. And he was like, dude, let's just ride this in the Dirty Dozen. Let's figure it out, We've trained a little bit and we feel pretty good about it. It's really weird to ride a tandem, especially up some of these hills. So we'll see though. When talking to people who are saying, oh, I can never do that. I can never ride a Healthy Ride up a hill. I could never do the Dirty Dozen. I tell them, you absolutely could. If you had seen me in 2016, you would have said, definitively said that guy could never do this. And so I tell people, it's just a matter of getting yourself out there and doing it and continuing to train and continuing to push yourself. So people should really get out, get riding, come join us.